Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here with the Homemade Entrepreneur. So today I want to talk to you guys about your lifestyle, how you can set up your home-based business. Here on the Homemade Entrepreneur channel, obviously, I'm talking about entrepreneurship from home. So the thing that I get asked all the time is, how did I start my business from home? Wasn't it difficult? Don't I have kids? Don't I have a wife? What are some of the biggest struggles that I see? And so I just want to address that, because that's something I don't think I've ever really talked about, is how I started working from home. Now, when I started working from home, my son, who is now 7, he was actually he was just being born. So when I first started working from home, that was kind of a transition for me, because went from pretty much just being my wife and I to having someone else in the house, a baby, a newborn. So obviously I had to deal with some crying, some a baby being fussy, wanting to eat, whatever it was. So I had to deal with all that in the very beginning. I didn't learn from somebody else, and there's no way to really handle this by reading a book or watching a YouTube video. All you can do is kind of jump into it and figure it out on your own. But by watching this video, you can kind of get an idea of what I went through and how it can benefit you. Because what I realized when my wife and I, because we used to live in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So, and at that time, that's when my son was very young. And that's when my business started growing quite a bit. And the reason it did was because instead of getting a small apartment or small condo, we actually got one that had a very big room that I could use as my office. So I could close the door, I could just be away from everybody, and that was perfect because it had the desk, the computer, the whiteboard, everything was all set up, ready to go. And the nice thing about this is I didn't have to worry about any other noise. It was just me, my computer, the desk, everything I needed was right there. And that was where I spent most of my time creating, I did YouTube videos, I did, new websites, I did some freelance writing. At that time, I was not into Amazon FBA. Obviously, Kindle publishing wasn't there yet. So it was something that I was trying to figure this stuff out while I went through it. But one thing you need to understand when you set up your home office is you need everything right there with you. You have your desk, you have your computer, you have your, I got my whiteboard. I'm always doing stuff on this whiteboard, not just for videos. I use this thing on a daily basis, and I use it for planning, I use it for just note taking, whatever it is, it's going on the whiteboard. And if I need to remember what I'm putting on there, I'm taking a picture with my phone. That's what I'm doing. That's how I do it. Okay, so I have everything. My camera, obviously, I'm always using, but just have everything with you. You have a nice file cabinet, shelving space, everything you need. You want it probably within about 5 feet. If it's too far away, you will not use it. That's just the way we are as human beings. Even though it could be within, you take one step and you reach out for it and it's there, most of us don't want to get up out of the chair, don't want to walk across the room and get the one item we need. We need a highlighter. Okay, I'm gonna walk 10 feet, go pick up this highlighter, come back, use it. It's gonna sit on the desk. Well, no, if it's not on the desk to begin with, chances are you will not use that highlighter. So keep everything very close to you. Okay. So another thing, when you're starting your home-based business or your home-based whatever, you're working from home, what you need to understand is you are an employee. You do not own anything. Don't go into this business with the mindset you are the owner, you can set your hours, you can do whatever you want. No, you can't. When you are first starting, you are an employee. You work from this time to this time until your business is up and running. You are not the owner. You are strictly an employee, and that's how you need to see yourself. If you don't view yourself as the employee and you view yourself as the CEO, you're going to wake up at 11:30 in the morning, you're going to go, spend, hours doing whatever you want, come back and you work 45 minutes a day. Chances are your business is not going to last very long. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another thing, when it comes to your schedule, your family, your friends, your family, anybody that lives in the house, anybody that calls you, comes over, they need to know what your schedule is, because you don't want the distractions. So for me, I'm away from the house. I can't work inside the house because I always have the kids running around. I have, you know, my wife asking me for things. You know, do you want to go do this? Do you want to go do that? If I'm home, I am the, you know, man of the house. I'm the dad, the husband. I am that before I am the, you know, the owner of my company. So if I need to get stuff done, I need to leave. I cannot be inside the house working. It just doesn't work like that. Because when I'm there, I am the husband, I'm the father. That's what I am. When I'm at work, when I'm at the office, this is what I am. I am the CEO, CFO, CTO, whatever you want to be. That's you. Okay, you come up with your title, it doesn't matter. Just know, when you're at home running a home-based business, that is the struggle, because you need to separate those two lives. You need home business and you need home life. If you do not have a separate workspace, if you're working out of the garage, you know, I understand that's kind of separate, but it's still the same thing. You're still at home. Okay, so, you know, make sure you separate those two things, because if you can't separate those two lives, those will mix and one is going to take over the other. Normally, home life takes over work life. That's just the way it goes. So, but that's really all I got for you. I just wanted to answer that question because I know a lot of people have been asking, you know, how did I kind of get started? What were some of the struggles? And the struggle was the time. You know, how much time do I put into home life? How much time do I put into work life? That was the big struggle. I was able to separate the two, and I created a schedule for my work life, and I created a schedule for my home life. If my wife, so like I said, we lived in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for about 3 years. Some people don't know that, but my wife and I did. So what we would do, there'd be times in the day, usually 2 times a day, we would actually go to the beach. We didn't live very far from the beach. You'd be there in, you know, a minute, just by walking. So you know, you could see the beach from the condo. So it was very nice, because at, let's say, one time in the morning I could go to the gym, you know, then we could go to the beach. I would come back, eat lunch, take a nap, watch TV, whatever, do a little bit of work, and then 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, go to the beach again, get some dinner on the way back. It worked out, because at those 2 times in the day were blocked out for family time. I normally went to the beach. All the other time was blocked out for work life. And so if I got some more work done during the day and I had some free time the next day, we would actually go to the beach longer. We would go do something else. We would go, you know, to the mall. We'd go, you know, walk around the boardwalk. There's so many things you could do. So just, you know, do one thing. If you're gonna do one thing, do it correctly, and that is separate work life and home life. Once you can do that, you're gonna figure out that this home-based business, this self-employment thing, it's actually fairly easy. Okay, so if you have any questions, please comment below. Let me know what those questions are, or go to Facebook, facebook.com/homemade entrepreneur. Send me a message there, because I can get to you. I can get those questions answered a little quicker on Facebook than I can here. So also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. You guys take care.